So my name is Charles Lee. With That's My Child Youth Organization, I am the founder, also the executive director. And our mission here is to mentor the youth through arts, education, and entrepreneurship while giving them a safe place to develop talents and skills needed to be tomorrow's productive citizen.
Okay, so I've read on the Montgomery Advertiser that you're actually not from Montgomery.
I'm not. I'm from
So
Chicago, Illinois.
can we kind of talk about your upbringing and how that kind of encouraged you to come here and serve the youth?
Sure. Well, being from Chicago, Illinois, both of my parents were addicted to crack cocaine. The doctors, I was even a crack baby. The doctors told my mother I wouldn't make it my first week of living, so they didn't put a name on my birth certificate. My birth certificate just still says Baby Lee. Um, my parents continued getting high, so by the age of 11, I had two sisters that get pregnant at 13 years old and 14 years old. And they came to me and they was like, hey, we hungry. And I went to my bigger cousin because he was on the block, he had some money. And instead of him taking me to McDonald's or to the grocery store, he took me on a block of 43rd and Calumet and showed me how to sell crack cocaine. Joined the gang in Chicago. Chicago is full of gangs, so in Montgomery you can sell drugs anywhere, but in Chicago every block belongs to a different gang, whether it's GDs, BDs, Vice Lords. Joined the gang. I got me a little crew, and I at 12 years old witnessed my best friend get murdered trying to rob a store, and I was a lookout guy, and I know at that point there, like, I lack leadership. I witnessed my best friend get murdered because I didn't tell him to go in that store that day. And I had to go tell his mother, Miss Rose, she no longer have a son because I also lack leadership. And so I became real bitter. By the age of 13, I ended up getting shot myself in the chest. I ended up moving to Montgomery at 14 years old. Yep, and
Wow, that is quite the story.
I know.
So with that, you kind of do you say that you use that as your motive for the kids here?
So I continued, came here at 14, ended up getting kicked out of school within 3 weeks. My first school I went to, had to go to another school called McIntyre, ended up getting kicked out within 3 months. And ended up going to another school, getting kicked out in 3 months. So I got completely expelled from public schools all the way around, had to go to alternative school. Ended up dropping out of school my 12th grade year and ended up moving to Florida. And when I was 18 years old, got arrested on 2 felonies and ended up serving time in jail. And there, I was kind of like, God, what's up? Like, why is my relationship, why has my life been so messed up? And why has my childhood been so jacked up? And he was like, I got a purpose for you. And it's for you to go redirect as many teenagers as you can and pretty much share your story and give them hope. And so that's pretty much kind of what drove all of it. Just pretty much me knowing what it's like to be in a hopeless situation, not even caused to yourself, just caused to lack of leadership. And I knew that I didn't have an outlet. And so I wanted to create an outlet for other kids that might have been going through the same thing that I go through. And I just was blessed enough to be able to, kind of come out on the winning end.
All right, so speaking of an outlet, what are some of the things that you all do within this organization? Because I know that there's different segments, so
Yes.
what are some things that you all do?
All right, so overwhelmingly, what we do is we're ran by the students. So we have a student board. So once a month, we get with students and ask them what do they want to see in their community. It's led by the students that's in this community to directly see what they want in this community. But our goal is to mentor through arts, education, and entrepreneurship. So Monday through Friday, we have art programs. And we have art programs because no kid wants to come and be tutored or mentored. Like, that's the quickest way just to have, oh, you want to come? Hey, come over here, let me mentor you or tutor you. Like, nah, I've been in school all day. No,
Right.
thank you. But they do love arts. They love to dance. They love to sing. They love poetry, creative writing. And so that's how we kind of get them in, by giving them something that they love and to be a part of, which are those arts. Secondly, education, because if we don't educate them, who will? I dropped out of high school, and I believe that started a spiral of me going to jail and things like that, because I had my one first task that I could achieve myself, which is graduating, something nobody can hand to you, something you have to do for yourself. And I failed at that, but we want to make sure that other kids don't, and we want to give them the tools that they need, because it's hard going to school and you don't even have clean socks or underwear or deodorant. Like, these kids, they want $300 shoes, so just making sure that they have all the tools that they need to definitely go to school. And entrepreneurship is because we want to teach them the difference between riches and wealth. We want to teach them that riches is really working hard right now for cars and things like that and houses, but wealth is building a financial situation. building a financial system for generations to come, and not a lot of that is being taught here. And so the things that we want to do is we have this team marketplace where we'll be pretty much kind of grooming young entrepreneurs. And so this summer we'll be having a summer camp just to kind of show kids about entrepreneurship. It'll be a partner with the Chamber of Commerce, and so we can bring businesses in and definitely kind of be a one-on-one mentor with these kids, but also give them a space where they can definitely sell their merchandise, whether it's cologne, jewelry, Borex beads, shoes, and things like that. We've also created a restaurant because we know our kids want to work, like overwhelmingly, like we want jobs. They just don't know they can't. They like, cuz I've been filling out the application, I ain't getting no job.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the proper tools. Also, we want to give them the proper tools on how to get the job. So we have a team to work program where we do 3 weeks of 1 hour. And the first step is, how do you get this job? And so we definitely go over just timing. Like if you on time, you late. You need to be 10 minutes early. You need to definitely be able to have some eye-to-eye contact, firm handshaking skills. You need to dress sharp for the job. Second week is, now that you got the job, now what? A lot of kids get the job, don't know the next step. How am I going to get to work? How am I gonna get slip-resistant shoes, the uniform? Like, how am I gonna submit to management? Like, he'd be like, hey, clean the toilet stool. Like, nah, cuz, I ain't with that. Like, just being able to overcome those things. And then third, how do you just get there and not be complacent? So the third is, how do I exceed at the job? And so you come in, and if you follow all these steps, and you have an intentional mind frame saying, you know what? I know I'm not finna come in here and make minimum wage forever. I know if I come in, show up above early, show up 10 minutes early every time, firm yes sirs, no ma'ams, great handshaking skills, great eye to eye. Every task that they give me, not only do I fulfill it, but I go above the task. That's how you go to shift manager. That's how you go to general manager, and to district manager or owning your own. And so we pretty much put that here because we know a lot of our kids that went through the Teen to Work program, it just wasn't a lot of jobs that was willing to take the risk on them. And so we was like, if they won't hire them, we will. And so we created a place where we could hire them.
So when I got my tour from you all's intern, she told me about That's My Dog Junior. She said that after a certain time, adults cannot be there.
That's
so
correct.
Why is that?
Because the kids still needed a fun, safe hangout place. Because if they wasn't here, they'll be somewhere out there doing something crazy, breaking in or robbing or fighting or whatever. So we wanted to create like a really good, safe place where they can experience all of their arts that they learn, whether it's dance, singing, just a good, safe place just to hang out. And so we wanted to create that place. Like Zach Morris, they had the Max, We want to make sure that our kids have the Max where they can come play some pool, play some video arcade games, still get something to eat, and just hang out in a safe environment.
All right, and then speaking of environment, why did you choose this location in downtown Montgomery?
So it's funny. It's actually kind of North Montgomery, and God planted me here. I ended up, I got the vision when I was locked up in Florida, and I was like, okay, God, where am I going to do this at? I'm thinking somewhere on one of these streets in Florida. And he was like, no, you going back to Montgomery. I was like, the devil is a liar. I was like, I already said I wasn't doing that. And he squares every resource until I came back to Montgomery. I ended up coming back here. I ended up buying a cash home in Chisholm. Just kind of like, you know what? Okay, I'm here. And God was like, now I'm here, God. What do you want me to do? Started coaching at the community center 11 years ago. And in Chisholm, bought a house in Chisholm, and so I never knew that God really wanted me to really full this on. I thought I was just doing what he wanted me to do by being a coach, and so I had an 11-year-old with tattoos, and his brother ended up getting killed, and he came. He does, and I thought I was being a leader by taking these kids to win like games and stuff, but I had a young guy that ended up bringing a gun to the gym, and he was going through a really bad situation. And although he was on my team or whatever, I wasn't really being a mentor because I didn't even know where he lived. I never dropped him off. I didn't even know he was in a dying situation. And so God was like, look, instead of you teaching kids how to win basketball games, teach them how to win in life.
Yeah.
Be there, nurture them, listen to them. Help them determine what their goals are and show them how to get to their goals, And so it really just took a back seat onto really just trying to win like sports game and to really just trying to take an individual and see what it's going to take for you to be successful. Because a lot of people say, hey, your dream's going to come true, and that's a huge slogan, but who's teaching our kids how to dream? Because they're losing dreams every day by fathers going to prison or mothers getting killed or, just pretty much being in a drug-infested environment or was like a lot of gangs or a lot of gun violence in his neighborhood. It's easy to get your dreams just taken or whatever. So, like, our goal is to definitely create dreams, show you how to dream again, actually.
And lastly, I love everything that you're saying. It's so wonderful. But lastly, if you were only able to leave one thing that you said or did for these kids before they walked away, what do you want it to be?
Don't complain about the change you want to see in your community. Be the change you want to see in your community. It starts with you. You know, I could complain about my whole life, but I just rather be the change. You know, I know that if God put something on my heart, and if it's something that I know that I could be complaining about, I could be working. I could be working to change that, and that's probably why it's on my heart, because God was like, you know what, you're the person that could change. You know, and it takes people to go through stuff. Like a lot of people don't have no purpose in life because they ain't been through nothing, you know. But I feel like God took every single thing that I've been through, dipped it in His blood, and prepared me for this